This video is for anyone who is struggling to pray. I want to ask you why. What do you think the reason is behind the fact that you are struggling to pray, whether it's inconsistency or whether you don't pray at all? You need to figure out where the problem is and you need to fix it, because this is more important than anything else. Your book will not be opened on the day of judgment unless you were someone who prayed. This is the first question you will be asked. And if the answer to this question is no, I did not pray, your book is not going to be opened, period. So where's this problem coming from? If it's forgetfulness, well, thank God we have technology. You can set an alarm 5 times a day and remind yourself to pray. Even better, there are adhan apps all over the App Store right now, and you can get any one of them and that will remind you to pray. For some people, it's a struggle to pray at work. I used to be one of those people. And in that case, just find a space to pray. And if you're struggling to do that because of what people are going to think, then realize that it's getting to a point where you care about what people think more than you care about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told you to do. If it's literally just laziness, you really need to reevaluate your priorities. Like, this is your sign, this is your wake-up call to start taking your prayers seriously. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a Sahih hadith said, "Man taraka as-salata faqad kafar." Whoever abandons their prayer, they are of the disbelievers. And then in another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says that the difference between a believer and a non-believer is their prayer. There's an ayah in Surah Al-Muddathir that asks the disbelievers what brought them to hell. It says, مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي سَقَرٍ? What has brought you into the hellfire? And the response is, قَالُوا لَمْ نَكُمْ مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ. We were not of those who prayed. You know, sometimes we have this mindset of, if I'm avoiding all the major sins, then, I'm good for now. And we forget that missing your prayer is a major sin. It's the most major of sins. The Prophet ﷺ doesn't say that any other sin makes you a disbeliever. Like, it's hard to say, but the Prophet ﷺ said this in 2 different narrations. And the Quran directly tells you what has brought you to the hellfire. And they said, we were not of those who prayed. In another ayah in Surah Al-Ma'un, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ means woe to those who prayed. Woe means like great distress or sorrow. To those who prayed, and then it says, الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ, but who were not mindful during their prayers. Like, imagine that being said about people who are not mindful during their prayers if you're someone who doesn't pray to begin with. I hate to sound harsh, but you need to take this more seriously. You need to prioritize this over any other goal in your life. This is the only thing that is going to benefit you in your akhirah. It's not going to be your career. It's not going to be the people that you impressed at work. It's not going to be your money. And it's not even going to be your family or your parents or your kids. It's going to be none of those. It's going to be what you did. It's going to be what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded you to do, and whether you did it or not. So take this as your sign and work on this from now, because we don't know. You might die today. You might die tomorrow. You might die a week from now. Are you going to be satisfied with your answer to the question of whether you prayed or not?